What's up, guys? Alan Taylor with the Alan Taylor Real Estate Group at Compass. Welcome to another edition of Flip It for Market. Here we are in the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles, California, and we're going to cover the steps to sell a trust property in Los Angeles and maximizing trust property value in Los Angeles. We're going to show you how to maximize the value of your home so nothing gets left on the table, plus all the benefits of working with a real estate agent that knows how to do trust sales. Here we are at this incredible property owned by the same family for almost 75 years. It's time to sell, and now we're going to evaluate on behalf of the trustee what their options are and what they can do to fix the house up and make more money. Come on, guys, let's take a look. Okay, 1950s ranch, 1952. I think the first thing I'm looking at is the location of this property, right? That's like, whenever I get a really, really good location, I think it makes sense to put money into the house, make money for the beneficiaries. This is Holly Knoll Drive. This is Franklin Hills. Franklin Elementary is around the corner. This is one of the most popular areas of Los Feliz. So we've got all that going. And then look at the facade. Like, it's a really nice, to me, this looks like a really nice architectural ranch built in the 1950s. Got the birdhouse over the garage, great windows. Siding, like this could be painted and look really, really nice.
What do you think about the roof?
Yeah, the roof. That's a good one. I mean, look, in the end of the day, it's up to the trustee, but the roof can be replaced. But even if the roof is older and needs to be replaced, I've painted and I've fixed up these houses and then just disclosed that it needs a new roof to the new buyer. And then when the house sells, the new buyer comes in, puts on the new roof. Not a big deal. It's probably a $20,000 expense. It looks like there's a single layer of composition on it. So somebody could recover it for probably 15, 16 grand, or tear it off and do it, for 20, but that's probably not a big deal. I think the benefit of changing the color from the yellow to a nice, more neutral color is going to, change the way the buyer feels about the house when they walk up. So even though you've got a roof and some other stuff to deal with, I think that's something I would consider doing. All right. So here we are on the inside. The first thing I notice is this amazing window in the front. I love that architecture, that like floor to ceiling window kind of reminds me of a Melantine. Well, first thing I notice are the floors. The floors are actually in decent condition. I really like the view. The view's amazing.
Yeah, this view's incredible.
I mean, I can totally see how somebody would want to put like a sliding door or something out to that deck and make it so there's more indoor-outdoor flow. I like that. I don't like how it's all compartmentalized, but I think if you look at this area here, it's basically a giant rectangle all the way around. So if you leave, I'm not sure, I might even think a buyer could possibly take this down and take these down and have a kitchen with an island and just have one big open space. So the question is like, if that's what a buyer's gonna do, is it gonna be worth it for us to paint it and make it look nice? I mean, clearly we could just clean it and just take everything out, but I still don't think it's gonna look as good as if we paint the outside and put a fresh coat of paint on there and make it inviting for people. I think that that's gonna have a positive impact. So we'll see what the trustee wants to do. All right, here we are in the kitchen. Oy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, do you think it's worth putting money into the house with this kitchen?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's really, really rough. Like the tiles all cracked out, cabinetry's all original. I don't know. I mean, this is interesting. This is like a 36-inch oven. Check that thing out. That's like high end back in the day. Look, my thinking is, the kitchens and bathrooms in the house are not great, but the value to the estate, having the house super clean, freshly painted white walls, and having, the exterior color of the house, maybe a color that somebody could see themselves living in, I think pays itself dividends. Like the bones of the house are in good shape, right? Like there's no structural cracks. There's not a lot of movement in the floor. It seems like a well-built house. It's got an incredible view. It'll be interesting to see what the ultimate decision is, but
You wouldn't worry about, replacing appliances?
yeah, I think, but at some point you got to pull the plug on the budget. It's really ultimately up to the trustees. It's just a matter of, is there a return on that investment? Someone's clearly going to demo this all out. You could easily do like an inexpensive appliance package, but I think you could still paint it, maybe change out these little hardware thingies, you know, just to make it look cute. All this grout can be regrouted. All this can be, you know, painted, regrouted. This can be made to look fresh. You'll be surprised how much cleaner it looks just with paint and new hardware. It'd look cute. And then sand this down and kind of refinish it. It's just like a little restoration, you know? It just kind of like lifts the way the house feels. You know, we're not talking about 100 grand. We're just talking about 30, 40 grand just to kind of spiff it. So when the market sees the house, they're thinking they feel better about it, you know? So that's kind of, let's check out the deck. Got a little bit of a problem out here. All right, so let's take a look at this deck. So this is the exterior deck outside the kitchen. This was the den. That was the living room. The deck actually feels kind of stable to me. I mean, the problems that I have here is you've got termites. You've got drywood termites in the deck all along the top of this beam. I just don't think that when people come out here and look at this deck, they're going to feel good about it. What are your thoughts?
No, yeah, it doesn't feel. I mean, could you repaint all this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can get a termite contractor out here to kind of poke around and see what kind of shape the wood's in. We could replace a couple boards and paint it. I mean, part of the wood damage is just because it doesn't have any paint on it. But I think if you painted this and made it feel,
Secure.
check it out, paint it. Well, I think it's secure. We could check it out and make sure it feels secure, paint it, replace a couple boards, and then when people walk outside, they're not going to look at this termite infested deck and feel like the whole deck needs to be replaced, right?
Yeah.
So I think that, again, for me, it's all about making sure that people feel a certain way when they come to the property, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you paint this, it'll just look newer.
It'll look good.
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels fine. It just doesn't look good. So I think that's something to think about. And this yard is unbelievable. Check out the views. Downtown LA in the distance. This is an amazing view. This is an incredible property. It's 10,000 square feet on the lot. There's so much that we can do with it. There's so much that the buyer can do with it. I think that, you know, when we're evaluating whether or not to put money into the house, like the quality of the lot, the usability of the lot, all that factors into it. Clearly this hasn't been dealt with in a very, very long time, and there's a lot of money to put into it. But again, I'd probably leave this and just do the basics to the house to make it feel a certain way. And I think it's going to overall present itself much better to the market and put more money in the trustees' pockets than if we just clean it out and just sell it as is.
Yep. It's pretty flat too, which is great.
Yeah, it's flat. Yeah, it's got some, definitely, I mean, you can terrace it, you can put in a pool, you can put in, you know, different levels. There's a lot of room down there and a lot of options, a lot of value.
What do you think about all this stuff?
All this stuff, right, right. Well, listen, clearly it's better to just clear everything out, you know, paint it, and then bring in professional staging. I mean, we can kind of see how it goes. And obviously, again, the trustee is going to decide. But a lot of times, believe it or not, like, look at this piece. I mean, it doesn't look great, but like, it's a decent piece. So if you push these drawers in and you clean this all up and you stage it with just the right pieces, it actually wouldn't look terrible. The bed, you can, you know, get bedding. So if somebody's looking to save money and just doesn't feel like overspending, I'd rather use the furniture in the space to make it look like a home, show a bedroom set, show the scale. It's funny though, this bed is actually perfect. It's a double, it's not a queen. So it makes the room look so much bigger. And you've got like these cool chairs, and this could be like an alcohol rack. You know, you can get like a silver saucer and put like, you know, a gin or a whiskey in a couple glasses and move this into the lid. I mean, there's ways for you to like basically save on the staging costs, hire a designer, and come in here and spend maybe a couple grand just getting it all organized. Maybe they go to Home Goods and get a few pieces of linen or bedding or whatever, and just kind of pull it together. That's an option.
What do you do with all this though? Like, do the trustee?
Afterwards, I mean, listen, you can have an estate sale person come over and look at the stuff and see if there's anything of value. Most of these 1950s furniture doesn't have value, so it's about donating it and just making sure it's gone. So you can do a lease back, or after all contingencies are removed, you just get somebody to come out here and move the stuff out. Again, I think the value is making the place feel like a home, because people pay for how they feel, right? And so you want to, you know, if you have a bedroom set up, it just kind of makes them feel good as opposed to having just an empty space. So I'd consider those two options. I'd say either leave the furniture and like cutesy it all up with an organizer, or pull it out and do professional staging. Wait till you see this
Oh,
space.
wow.
Isn't this amazing?
Could you do something with this?
Totally. So this could be the primary bedroom.
Really?
This is what I think this is where I think it will go. So this was here when I walked in for the first time. I measured it. It's 320 square feet. I went to building and safety and I found an old permit back from the 1950s that had floor joists and a permit to put in these windows to be finished at a later date. So
They just never got around to doing it?
yeah, they just never got around to doing it. So there's ducting. So look, you got a duct right here. You've got electrical, so you could do lighting in here. I mean, technically speaking, the way to do it would be to like fully permit it. Even though there was this permit from back in the 50s, you'd have to resubmit it back to the city, probably draw a plan, maybe get an engineer out here to take a look at like the way this is all framed in and get their permission. And then once you've got it, drywall it in. You've got plumbing lines over there too. So what I think you would do is put a 3/4 bath over there, probably cancel out that window, change this to either a doorway to a deck, or just make this, one big window. And then you'd have your primary suite. So, I mean, tremendous upside for sure. It's just going to be interesting to see if the trustee wants to, take 3 or 4 months of permitting and delay to finish it off and put it on the market. I mean, if you think about it, it's 300 square feet, right? So at $900 per square foot, it's an extra $270,000 potentially in value to the estate. But it's also still here. So if you were just to sell it as is and just leave this part unfinished, I think the buyer's going to come through here and see the value and do it themselves. Like, well, they're working on the rest of the house, they get the permits, and they finish this off. So I think this would be easy for a buyer.
So how do you decide? Like, I mean, obviously the trustees have to make that decision, but are you leaning anywhere? Like, which way or the other?
I mean, listen, our job is to disclose all of the information to them, give them the numbers, and let them decide. I mean, what would I do? I mean, you have to evaluate like the current climate that you're in. I mean, obviously, if we're at the beginning of COVID and we saw that the real estate market's going crazy, it might make sense. But, if there's a little bit of uncertainty in the market, sometimes it's easier just to get it on faster and, secure the investment. But it's going to be up to the trustee, it's up to them. But I think this space is incredible.
It's really cool.
It can clearly be finished off.
That's a lot of...
Yeah, let's go see some more. All right, so 9,100 and change on the lot. I mean, again, there's so much that you can do here. So here's the back of the house with the deck. Again, I mean, as long as that deck is structurally sound, it'll look great if it's painted. I mean, the front curb appeal, the structure is all good. I can see a staircase down here. You can do terraced area over here, terraced area over there. You even have this whole area down here. I mean, it's going to cost money, but if you do it right, you can fit a pool in here and probably, multiple gardens. I mean, I think there's just a ton of upside.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it right away. It's over time.
Right. Right, and I think the buyer will probably see that. I mean, the buyer's going to be either a owner user who's like, this could be my dream yard and I'll design it over time, or a flipper, who may do some stuff to it. But either way, I just think polishing up the house a little bit, cleaning it up, and then leaving this yard and letting people just kind of do whatever they want with it is probably the way to go. All right, guys, thanks so much for checking out our video. We're excited to see what this project winds up looking like once we're done. Again, the trustee is going to decide if they just do nothing and put it on the market the way it is, paint it, fix it up, and try to make some more money. So we're going to show you, this is episode 1. We're going to show you episode 2, so make sure you like and subscribe below. And in episode 2, we'll show you what the trustee wound up doing. We'll tell you about the sale price, what it wound up trading for, how many offers, and we'll show you what the buyers are thinking about the house. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.